Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is K. Jamal Jones. This is TRS. TRS, and today's topic is too serious. Too serious. Turn this down. Listen, I had the privilege of going to the Universal Circus with my family yesterday, and I went with my oldest daughter, Angelique, her Girl Scout troop, and it was a great time. Very entertaining. I definitely, suggest that if you haven't been to the Universal Circus, that you go, take your family. It was well worth the 2.5 hours that we spent there. But as we were leaving the tent, because it's a big tent, that's actually pretty impressive that they can, fit all these people inside of this tent. As people were leaving, I was sitting down and I was waiting for the crowd to kind of, go out, because I didn't want to be standing in the crowd while everybody was rushing to get out of the exits. And as I was sitting there waiting, my mind is kind of, just on whatever it's on. And Angelique's troop leader looks at me and says, "Mr. Jones, are you okay?" So I said to her, I'm like, "Yeah, like, why are you asking me that?" She was like, "Because you don't look like you're okay." So, being the person that I am, and I'm trying not to be, I looked at her and said, "I'm great." And, a little aggressive. And I probably shouldn't have said that like that. But my wife steps in and says, "Nah, he's fine. He's just, that's just how his face is. He's always like that." And I really thought about it, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it real. I think I was more bothered by the fact that, she had the nerve to ask me what's wrong, and I don't even have a relationship with her. But getting past that, I just thought about how my facial expression of being too serious can come off to anybody. And I'm like, man, I know on the inside, nothing's, particularly wrong. Yeah, I might be thinking about, some things going on. But at the end of the day, nothing is like really pressing to allow my face to look the way she described. So I think about what one of my mentors, Antonio Adair, said. And this dude, he always comes up with some type of saying. I'm like, man, this guy, he reads so much. I need to read, what he's reading. But he said one day, he said, "Listen, you may have a heart of gold, but so does a boiled egg." And when he said that, I'm like, okay, what does that mean? You may have a heart of gold, but so does a boiled egg. He said, you may have a heart of gold, but so does a boiled egg. So my point is that if you don't show it, then we'll never know. And I heard that probably 4 or 5 years ago. And I understand what it means. But for some reason, it wasn't until actually just now that it makes sense to know and to understand that people cannot tell that you have a heart of gold unless you show it to them. Now, I'm not saying you walk around and, you just, you get outside of your character. And this is not just about having a face that has a mean or angry looking disposition. It's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is this, is that if you don't make your intentions known, whether it's your facial expression, whether it's the way you talk to someone, whether it's the way your body language is, if it's not known that is good, then people can misinterpret it, and it could lead to a devastating situation. Now, this is only my daughter's troop leader, but at the end of the day, it could be somebody that I want to do business with, or it could be someone who has an opportunity for me to speak, anywhere. Or she could be a person that has some connections to connect me with someone to speak somewhere. I mean, it could be anything. So I say all that to say this. Yes, life is short. Yes, life is, difficult at times. But at the end of the day, as long as you have air in your lungs to breathe, as long as you have the sun, as long as you have the ground under your feet, the sky above your head, and you're able to make something happen for another day, there's nothing to be too serious about. Do we need to be serious? Yes, there's a time and a place for everything. But to just be so intense 24/7, 365, you can't be like that. Any extreme is not good, you know? So whether it's being too serious or too playful or, you know, not serious enough, not playful enough, either way, it can be devastating and it can be detrimental. So with that, I want to say thank you to everyone who subscribes to Kenyon Jones on YouTube. We're grateful for the support from Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I want to remind you to always, always, always rock out with the rock stars. Thank you for watching, and God bless.